So good afternoon YouTube and everybody on Facebook. Let me just readjust myself. I'm looking very blue today. Blue background, blue t-shirt. I feel like I need to get some different color schemes going on here at the moment, but I hope everyone's having a good afternoon. I'm going to be streaming some FIFA in about 40 minutes. Do a couple of hours on that. And then tonight I'll be doing a watch along for the Leipzig game. So that should be good. We see Werner again. Werner the burner is smashing it on my career mode for Newcastle. And he's smashing it after his hat-trick the other day. I'm excited to see him play again today. So they were superb the other day, Leipzig. But yeah, 5:30 kickoff for that. So I'll be streaming about 5:15. Make sure you download HOTMIC if you haven't already. We'll be streaming on that tonight as well. And to Facebook and to YouTube. So I'll be streaming on all three of them. And yes, I have had a fresh shave. I had that yesterday, buddy. But we are going to talk about a few players. We're going to start off with this guy. That kind of sums up his career at Barcelona, doesn't it, really? Ousmane Dembele. And today we are linked in a swap deal with him. Now, there's a couple of reports going around today. I think it was in the Telegraph or the Times, one of them, saying that we are absolutely skint. Obviously, our players have taken wage deferrals, and that's then based, whether they get it back or not, on whether we get into Europe or not. Depending on how far we can get into Europe, i.e. Champions League or Europa League, depends on how much of their money they get back. So there's a report doing the rounds today that says that if we're going to do any deals this summer, the majority of them are going to be swap deals. Now, Aubameyang still hasn't signed a contract. We don't know if he's been offered a contract. Ousmane Dembele is around 40 million quid apparently, and Aubameyang, going into the last year of his contract, is going to be around the same sort of price. This deal is not as stupid as it probably sounds. Also, not only that, Dembele is so much younger. Now, for me, I don't particularly rate Ousmane Dembele. I think at Dortmund he was absolutely superb. I think he took the step to Barcelona way too soon. He went there way too early in his career. He should have maybe stayed at Dortmund, maybe gone somewhere else and then kicked on, then got the move to Barcelona. Because if he'd carried on doing what he was doing at Dortmund, he would have got the move anyway because he was ripping it up for them, wasn't he? But Aubameyang, it is kind of worrying that he hasn't signed a contract. It's kind of worrying that there's not many stories doing the rounds that we even offered him a contract. So have we offered him a contract? I'm not so sure. Is Dembele somebody I want? No, I don't think that that's the ideal replacement for Aubameyang. I don't think it's a player that we necessarily need either. I do think he's massively overrated. He's massively injury prone as well. He's hardly played any games for Barcelona. He's constantly out injured, little niggles here and there. And it's not really gone to plan for him, has it? But the one thing I will say is he is still young enough to turn his career around. But is that what we need? Genuinely, is this what we need? If Aubameyang's going to go, which I personally think Aubameyang is going to go, I don't think he's going to stay. Whether that's him choosing to go or whether that's the club saying, no, we're not offering you a contract, we're going to sell you. Either way, I do think he is going to go. Dembele, for me, is not the guy that needs to come in to replace Aubameyang. So if this deal does happen, I'm going to be a little bit peed off about it, if I'm honest, because yes, we've still got Lacazette. Again, another one that I think should go. And I think obviously we've got Martinelli as well. We've got Pepe. Pepe can play up front, as we know. We've seen him do that in France. But for me, I just look at it and think, yes, Dembele could offer something to Arsenal, but where are we going to get all of these goals that Aubameyang's scoring? Where are we going to replace that? Because Dembele don't score enough or hasn't scored enough since he's been at Barca. I know, like I said, that he's been out injured. He's had mad injuries since he's been there. I think 3/4 of the time he's been at Barcelona, he's been out injured. When he has played, he's not done too bad, but he ain't kicked on to the level that he was at Dortmund or even higher because he hasn't had a sustained run in the team. What worries me about this kid is that many injuries in that league. Our league's more intense. So if we did swap Aubameyang for Dembele, the chances are this geezer's going to do a serious injury and probably end his career. And is that worth swapping Aubameyang? No, I don't think it is. If we're going to take anyone from Barcelona, it ain't Dembele. Please do not let this story be true. But when you look at it and strip it back, Aubameyang's going to cost there or thereabouts the same kind of money that Dembele is being touted to leave Barcelona for. So it's not as stupid as it sounds that we're going to swap Aubameyang for Dembele. I just hope the club are not genuinely looking at this as a good deal, because I don't think it is. We need somebody that can come in and bang 20 goals a season if we let Aubameyang go. Dembele ain't that guy. Lacazette ain't doing it. Even playing as a striker, I think Lacazette scored 7 goals this season, and he played so many games in a row without a goal. Nah, not for me, for Lacazette. Pepe, it's his first season. He's been kind of hit and miss. Can he kick on and score 20 goals next season? Probably not. And then we've got Martinelli. Listen, Martinelli's a good young player, but can he do it again for another season and get better next season? Well, that remains to be seen. The way he started off this season has been very impressive, and I'm really, really impressed with him. But can he kick on and replace the goals if Aubameyang leaves? I don't think he can, which means that if we then go and get Aubameyang out the club, we need somebody to come in who is an out-and-out striker that can go and bag you 15, 20, 25 goals a season, which is what every single club in world football are looking for, by the way, because goals are just crucial, aren't they? It's the hardest thing to do on the pitch. But Ousmane Dembele is not that guy. And I think that even if we played a different system, even if we played Dembele on the wing, we played Pepe on the wing, put Laka up front or Martinelli up front, I still do not see us scoring that many goals that Aubameyang scores between them. Genuinely, I really don't. I think Pepe could score maybe 10, 12 goals a season next season, but Dembele ain't going to chip in with that. Laka will probably get about 10 if he's lucky. You know, and when you look at what Aubameyang gives to us, it's massive in terms of output. Even though he's been playing on the left wing, I just look at it and I think, like, we should have been playing him up front anyway. We should have dropped Lacazette and put Aubameyang up front and then played with Saka on the left wing or with Martinelli on the left wing, for example. I don't see that Dembele is the guy. I genuinely don't. And I'm worried that if Aubameyang goes, this could be something that happens. But there we go. Let me know what you guys think. Leave it all in the comment section. And I'm going to read some of your comments out as we speak. And do smash the likes up as well. Like I said, I am going to be doing some career mode on FIFA in a minute, about 40 minutes from now. So do subscribe to the gaming channel. That link's in the description as well. And if you haven't downloaded HOTMIC, do it right now. It is free of charge. But let's read some of these. Musa Dembele. Well, that's the guy. Listen, there's a lot of Dembeles on this planet, more so than I ever knew, mate. They're more and more are popping up out the woodwork in the footballing world. But yeah, Musa Dembele could be the one. Eduard, yeah, Eduard, he's decent. And that's the player that if Aubameyang goes, I'd want us to go and get. I think that he is absolutely class. And the fact that I know he's only done it in the Scottish League, and I know it's not the best league ever. It's not the hardest league, but I think that that kid is going to be absolutely world class. So for me, if we do get rid of Aubameyang, that's the one I'd go for. It'd only cost around 30 million quid, and I think that it'd slot straight into Premier League football. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. Where did that comment go? It is gone. There it is. Will on Facebook. Afternoon to you, mate. It said it would be so typical of Arsenal to sign Coutinho or Dembele. Well, Coutinho is another one that we're looking at. And we're in talks with his agent, apparently. And I said this yesterday, I don't particularly trust his agent. Yeah, his agent was the guy who brought Tevez and Mascherano to West Ham. Like, come on, seriously. Yeah, them two deals alone, yeah, we know exactly what his agent is about. The fact that Bayern Munich don't want to activate the clause to keep Coutinho, the fact that Barcelona want to flog him. Yes, he's probably better than the majority of our players, if not all of them. But we don't need that midfield guy that disappears in after games but is world class in after games. We need somebody who's consistently good every single game. Coutinho for me ain't that guy, and we've already got a number 10 that minces around doing nothing. I don't want another one on top dollar either. Did you hear about what happened in America? No, enlighten me, buddy, enlighten me. I'd rather get Dembele than Icardi as a swap for Aubameyang. I don't rate Icardi either, if I'm honest. I really don't. But listen, if it was a case of Icardi comes in for Aubameyang going the opposite way, then yeah, I'd take it. But if it's a case of we get rid of Aubameyang and then go and buy Icardi, nah, I don't want to do that deal. Thank you. See, Georgie, the Leicester fan, gets it. We need grafters, not Coutinho. Exactly. Coutinho's got world-class ability. He's got bog standard consistency. Like, we've already got too many players in the squad that are like that, mate. If you have a world-class goal scorer, you can build a midfield, the midfield you like, but you're only getting 5th place. Well, this is the thing. We need players in that midfield that are hard-working. And for me personally, go and stick a young striker up front. Like I said, the guy from Celtic, Edouard, go and get him if we're getting rid of Aubameyang. Yeah, go and get another midfielder. Yeah, a proper midfielder. None of these idiots that are just like can't track back, don't smell danger, don't chip in with goals, don't want to tackle, weak on the ball, passing range is crap, but they do a good 5-yard pass sideways, so their pass accuracy stats look great. I want to see a proper midfielder in there. I want to see a proper centre-back coming next to Saliba. And then if we do get rid of Aubameyang, I want a proper striker, not a winger who's flopping because of injuries at Barcelona. So yeah, for me, I don't want that kid anywhere near Arsenal. Listen, he's very good. Don't get it twisted. He's a quality player. But if you're having that many injuries in a league, in a team that are dominating the ball every single game, for me, there's an issue there. What are you doing wrong in training? What are you doing wrong in your diet or something like that for you to constantly get muscle injuries? There is a serious a serious issue with him getting so many injuries. I mean, it must be sad for him. He must be gutted. He's got that massive move to Barcelona, big money. He's thinking, I'm going to play Barcelona. I'm going to win a title. I'm going to play with Messi every week. And he's been on the injury list for 3/4 of his time at Barca. It must be doing his nutting. But our league is harder. It's more intense. It's more of a, it's a tougher league. The bottom team, Norwich, can go and beat Arsenal, can go and beat the top teams. You ain't really getting that in the Spanish league. And when Barcelona play against you, they dominate the ball. When Arsenal are playing against you, we get dominated. So it'd be working harder, which for me would mean that it'd end up getting more injuries. But what do I know? I'm just a numpty YouTuber. Lautaro, Martinez and Werner are both what Arsenal need, but we won't get either of them. Mate, Werner the burner, baby. What a player. That Martinez ain't too bad either, is he? Afternoon, buddy. Afternoon. Don't want Dembele. He's not impressed since his pony dribbling at Barcelona unveiling. Yeah, I remember that actually. He must have been so nervous, yeah, he couldn't even do a kick up. Like, he was doing one and then dropping the ball. It was like, mate, what are you doing? 120 million quid they've just spent on you, and you can't do kick ups. You can't dribble. It looks like they just plucked him out the crowd and said, oh, there you go. Go and have a little piss around on the pitch. But I hope you're good, Sergio. I hope you're well, mate. I'll take Semedo because I think Bellerin will go this summer and we need a decent right back, says Raid. I think Bellerin will go this summer as well, if I'm being honest. I think his time's up. Yeah, and rightly so as well, because he's been trashed for about 4 years now. Apart from that first season, what has he done? What has he done? The most explosive players are injury prone, like Kingsley Coman, Gareth Bale, Robben, when they were playing, as well as Dembele. That's true. And listen, Kingsley Coman, again, is another one. I said this yesterday when I was watching Bayern Munich. He's just a skinny Alex Iwobi. Yeah, I don't rate him. I've never seen anything from that guy to make me think, wow, you're awesome, mate. All the praise he gets. Never seen anything from him to suggest that. The fact that he plays at Bayern Munich, he should count his blessings every week. That's what he should be doing, because I don't think he's all that. Would you sell Aubameyang for Werner? Yes, I would, mate. I don't think there's anyone who wouldn't, if we're honest. He's 24 years old. He's only going to get better and better. And, yeah. So because he's flopped, it doesn't mean... see, this is where I'm going to point something out here, right? I don't think Dembele's shite, but he has flopped because of injuries, right? And this is what... I'm glad you brought that comment up, right? Because when we talk about Thomas Lemar has flopped. That ain't got nothing to do with injuries. Yeah, but I would take Thomas Lemar. Yeah, I genuinely would. But this guy, I think it's too big a risk to swap our top striker for a guy who's constantly injured. You know, it'd fit him well because most of our players are injured half the time, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? But I would take Thomas Lemar, who's flopped massively, probably more so than Dembele, because Dembele's been injured. Like I said, Thomas Lemar has flopped because he's just been crap at Atletico. He don't suit their system, he don't suit the club, and he don't suit the manager. Whereas I do think that if we got Thomas Lemar in, I think he'd suit us. I genuinely do. But there we go. Dembele is quality. I reckon he would do bits in the Premier League. He needs to leave Barca. Well, he does need to leave Barca. I think he will be leaving Barca. Afternoon to you, Bertrands. Yeah. Afternoon, Dino. Hope you're good, buddy. Mate, I love him. I love Werner. He is the real deal, mate. Leave for manager. Yes. Get me in as manager, bruv. Your profile picture on YouTube kind of sums up Aubameyang, bruv. It's like, oh mate, why am I playing with this bunch of clowns every week? That's it. Telemaths are. Smash the likes up if you haven't already. Most importantly, do download HOTMIC. I'll be back on there for the Leipzig game later tonight, and I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, and I will be dropping a Premier League video in about half an hour. Then I'm playing FIFA for a few hours. Then I'll be doing the watch along tonight. Afternoon, Joanne. Hope you and hubby are good. Let's do a couple more. Where's that comment gone? There we go. See it. Need to sit higher, don't I? Look. You say Firmino is world class and that Laka is not all that. Firmino has scored 2 goals more than Laka in the Prem since Laka came here. Yes, he has 8 more assists, but that doesn't make him class. I've never actually said that Firmino is world class, mate. I've never said he's world class. What I have said is that if you take him out of that Liverpool team, them 2 wingers don't score as many goals as they've been scoring, because he is that good in the position. And this is why I've said before as well, that if Liverpool got rid of Firmino and went and put Werner in there, them 2 strikers ain't gonna, them 2 wingers ain't gonna score any goals, because they'd have to change. Well, not any goals. They wouldn't score as many goals because Liverpool would have to change their system. Because Firmino comes and drops in and links the play. Werner's in and around, getting behind, down the left, down the right, which will take something away from Mane and from Salah. But Firmino is miles better than Lacazette. I don't even think that's a debate. Yeah, that is not a debate. And if you go off of stats, yeah, then Mustafi's had a better season than Van Dijk. Yeah, is he better than Van Dijk? No, which is why I don't look at stats, my friend, and I actually look at what they do on the pitch. Lacazette's hold-up play's been pony this season. His work rate's been pony. His goal scoring's been pony. He don't set any goals up. It's time to leave. Firmino, on the other hand, even though he's only got a couple of goals more than Lacazette, yeah, it's what he brings to the team. Yeah, a bit like Ray Parlour back in the day. Ray Parlour was one of the most underrated footballers ever. Yeah, if you took Ray Parlour out of Arsenal's teams back then, we wouldn't have won all of the stuff that we've won, because he was a quality footballer that we needed in midfield to be that glue and be that bully in midfield, and try and get the ball out to a better player. And that's very similar to Firmino. Take Firmino out of Liverpool, that front three ain't as effective, in my opinion. Scott on Facebook says Draxler will be next on the list. Well, Draxler was on the list the other day, believe it or not. So there we go. Firmino isn't a striker. There we go. Thank you, Grant. He's not a striker. Firmino's a top player. That's a Chelsea fan, Spiro, saying that. Robbie said, where's that comment gone? From Sergio, where's it gone? I've lost it. Robbie said, I've lost it, man. I wanted to read it as well. It's gone. It's gone. I don't want Draxler anywhere near the club. Big up E-Boss. Laka's work rate has been crap this season, mate. Come on. There it is. I found the comment. Robbie said Laka is better than Jimenez. No, no, no. Raul Jimenez is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And if you put him in a better team, which we're not right now, if you put him in a top 4 team, he would get another 50% more goals. He is absolutely class. Brilliant player. And he's not coming to Arsenal anytime soon. Why would he? Big up Count Shogula. If you could get one older player top class, but at the end of his career for just 1 or 2 seasons max, who would you pick? Messi. That would be the one for me, buddy. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. Let me do 3 more and I'm going to go. Where did that one go? Missed it. These comments coming so quick, man. They don't all show up. Adrian on Facebook says Max Aarons will probably be around the same price as Semedo and as Premier League experience. I like Max Aarons. Afternoon, mate. Thank you for watching as well. Appreciate that. Anybody who is watching on Facebook, if you'd share the post, that'd be sick. And if you'd smash a like on it, if you're watching on YouTube, that'd be even better. But yeah, Max Aarons for me, I think is quality. I think that is what we need at right back. We don't need Bellerin. The days of Bellerin are done for me. They've been done for a long time. The geezer can't defend. He can't cross a ball. He's lost most of his pace. What is the point? Get rid. Swap him for Max Aarons. He'd look good at Norwich. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you remember the overrated Jackson Martinez? Yeah. Where's he nowadays? Where's he? What's he doing nowadays? Didn't he go to China? I think he went to China, didn't he? Can I get a shout out, big man? There you go, G-Star 1 South. There's your shout out. Come on. I'll do a couple more. Come on. Why not? We'll do a couple more. Do you think Chelsea got the most money to spend? I do, actually. I genuinely do. You've had a transfer ban. You've not spent anything. And you've only spent, in the last 5 years, net about 120 million quid. You can go and do 300 million quid this summer and it ain't going to be no drama, mate. Yeah, look at this. MN says he's in China. Sergio says he's in South America. Where's Martinez? It's like a Where's Wally, isn't it? Where's Martinez? We should do Aubameyang and money for Dembele and Coutinho. Do you think so? Do you genuinely want Coutinho, bro? You're mad. Hope you're well, though, mate. This swap deal is the best for the future of Arsenal, says Abu. Afternoon, Abu. Well, listen, in terms of age, then yeah, it's a no-brainer in terms of age. But in terms of goal output and in terms of staying fit, then it's no. If you can keep him fit, then yeah, Dembele is a decent player, but he ain't ever going to score you 20 goals, which Aubameyang gets you. So where are we going to get our goals from? I don't know. It's kind of worrying, if I'm being honest, because if we do take Aubameyang out of that team, where are we getting goals from? If we're going to go and buy another winger, who's going? What, we're just going to go with Lacazette up front? That's worrying, man. Big up to you, Bazintric Ways. I like that name. No Coutinho. Take Ryan Fraser and free signings. Get rid of Lacazette for a swap. Well, we could potentially swap him for Thomas Lemar, who is a winger, or for Thomas Partey. And I would take Ryan Fraser. That is the kind of hard-working winger that we need. And again, Ryan Fraser, although his output isn't massive, is hard-working. And that's what we need in the team. We don't need all these fancy damn players. We need hard grafters. And we ain't got enough of them. But there we go. Yep, 100% agree. Free flying Monaco, Lemar was quality. It's the wrong system. It was never the right fit. I was shocked he even went there. I was shocked he went there. Get Jota from Wolves. Yeah, man, he is a decent footballer, that guy. He is a decent footballer. Would you take Dennis Zakaria at Arsenal? Your thoughts on him? Yes, I would. I think he's all right, mate. Afternoon, buddy. Hope you're well. But Ingers is late, and it's the one at Barca, mate, not the one at Lyon. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. 4 to leave the club tomorrow, in your opinion? What do you mean? What's going on tomorrow? What's happened? What's happened? Talk to me. Right, listen, I am going to wrap this up. I am going to record a video. It's going to be about the contact in training has been allowed. That's been approved today. All the Premier League teams have agreed that. So I'm going to drop that Premier League video in the next half an hour. I will be playing FIFA in the next 45 minutes. I'll do an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, and then I'll be doing a watch along. I'll be streaming that. Somebody's trying to get in my ass. I'll be streaming that to Facebook, to HOTMIC, and to YouTube. HOTMIC link is in the description. Use my code and go and follow that right now. I'm going to have to go because someone's at my door. Laters, peeps. Laters.